Hey guys, Alex here, back again, doing some more Chikara reviews. I'm really behind on my Chikara reviews, and I went on kind of like a Chikara spree over the weekend, getting ready for the pay-per-view. So this is just me catching up. This is going to be the Death Worse Than Fate show and the Caught in a Spider's Den show. So let's get started with Death Worse Than Fate. This was an okay show. This was kind of a weak show, but it was really good story progression-wise. Started things out with Gran versus Ophidian. This is a pretty good match. Had a pretty good story of like Ophidian working over like Gran's neck area, setting up for a submission hold. Two guys work pretty well together. This is basically just used to get Ophidian over more as a heel and give him a big win over Gran. It was also pretty short. I give it 2 3/4. Not much to it, but it was, you know, a decent match and a good opener. Then we had Saturyne versus Hijo del Ice Cream. This was another nice match. Solid work rate by both people. Ice Cream was you know, kind of working the crowd a little bit. You know, it was pretty funny. He did some good antics there, so that was kind of nice. A couple good high spots and everything. Really nice debut match for Saturyne. This was basically her true debut because she worked the Joshi Mania shows, but I think that was kind of like a post-season thing, so not a lot of people saw. But yeah, this was kind of her official Chikara debut, and it was pretty good. So next we had the colony of Soldier and Fire Ant taking on the Throwbacks, Mr. Touchdown and Dasher Hatfield. This was actually Mr. Touchdown's very first match at Chikara, and this was a really fun tag team match. It was really good. Touchdown looked really good in this match and worked very, very well. I really enjoyed watching him. He had a really funny moment with Soldier Ant where he went down into a 3-point stance, like a football stance, and, you know, goes, okay, hut, and Soldier Ant kicks him, and just the funniest thing ever. I watched that, I rewinded and watched it like 3 times. I was still laughing at that, so really funny. The finish of this match is kind of weird, especially if you don't know what's going on. They explain it better the next night, but if you just watch this show, you'll probably not understand what's going on. I'm not gonna spoil it just in case anyone doesn't know what it's about, but it works if you watch the next show. So because they don't really go into much here, but they explain next night. I give the match 2 3/4, pretty good. Next we had Jigsaw versus Brodie Lee. This is a really good match. Brodie Lee this is kind of his big comeback match after being injured for most of 2011 and kind of being out of the 12 large cement tournament. And so he really came back here with a house of fire. I always liked Brodie Lee. He's very, very impressive for a big man. And I don't know if this was before or after it'd been announced he's going to WWE or not, but I think it was before. But he was really impressive in this match. Nice storytelling, great spots. Jigsaw doesn't get enough credit for being a good worker, and neither does Brodie, but both these guys worked very, very well together. And actually it was a pretty good match. I give it 3 stars. Then we had Colt Cabana versus Kobald. This was just a fun little match, you know. Cabana doing his normal funny stuff in the beginning. Middle kind of was boring, so it was kind of like Kobald working him over and, you know, kind of a heat segment. Ending was fun though, but so like, you know, good beginning and good end, but the middle kind of was boring, but it was still fun. I give it 2.5. Then we had 3.0 and Gregory Iron and Eddie Kingston taking on the team of Tim Donst, Jakob, Hammermeier, and the Batiri. This was a good tag team action, a lot of fun. All 8 guys worked very well together. I really enjoyed it. The finish was good. It had Tim Donst using the shoelace to choke out Gregory Iron. The only problem I had was there's still other action going on. Like everyone was trying to run in the ring and break it up, and like it was kind of a clusterfuck if you didn't know what was going on. Like it was kind of hard to tell what was happening because they kind of kept the camera focused on Tim Donst and Greg, but at the same time there's action going on, like people trying to stop the fall. So a little chaotic, but it was still good. I give it 3 stars. Then we had Archibald Peck versus Sara Del Rey. This is a great match, actually. I really enjoyed this match. Peck was really on a roll in the early part of this year, and this was just another match where he really had great in-ring work. You know, nice little storytelling, him getting the advantage. You know, a few comedy spots here, like what you expect with Archibald Peck. Archibald Peck, you know, really, I think he's got to be quickly becoming probably the best work, like most improved of 2012. I really think so. I think he's really improved a lot. 3 stars. Pretty damn good match. I'd probably would say the second best match of the night. Then we had the main event, the Campeonatos de Parejas tag team title match between F.I.S.T and the Spectral Envoy. This was after Johnny Gargano was hurt, so it was Icarus and Chuck Taylor teaming up against UltraMantis Black and Hollow Wicked. good fun match here, which you'd expect from a main event at Chikara. Nice storytelling of the F.I.S.T cheating and just using dirty tactics, heel tactics to get the wins. That was nice. It just goes right back to them just being the evil heels. The finish was good because it involved Delirious coming out and interfering and costing the Spectral Envoy the match. And I like that a lot because I think the Spectral Envoy is a very, very good tag team, especially considering the fact you have 2 year 1 veterans and you didn't want to make them look weak. But I think that they did a nice job of kind of like, it was a screw job finish almost. And at the same time made the Spectral Envoy look good. But I give it 3.5. Really good match, really good way to end the show. Okay, and all in all, I'll give this show a 6.75. Pretty good, but not great. Then we had the Chikara Caught in a Spider's Den. This took place the very next night. Started things off with Francis Kipland Stevens, who is this hip hop nerd, which actually was pretty funny. He had a nice little promo at the beginning, and he came out to Biggie Smalls, which got me laughing. He took on Kobald. This is a basic matchup. Crowd likes Stevens. Not really much to this match. It was just your basic, opener. Not really the best way to start the show off, I think. 2 stars. Then we had 3.0 versus the Throwbacks. This was if 3.0 won here, they would get 3 points. If Throwbacks won, they'd have 2 points. A lot of good comedy stuff in this match, actually. Like, a lot of funny stuff. I really enjoyed, I think it was Shane Matthews and Dasher Hatfield, like, throwing insults from the Sandlot, basically. And Shane Matthews did the "you played ball like a girl," and I think it was Bryce Rinsford just freaked out on commentary and that was really funny. Pretty basic tag match otherwise, but it was fun just because of the comedy aspect of it. The finish was kind of anticlimactic and really sudden. It was just a basic, I don't remember what it was. It was a basic tag team maneuver. I don't remember what it was though, but it just kind of came out of nowhere and very sudden. And I think that since this was 3.0's big win to get him 3 points, I think they should have made it a little bit bigger of a deal, but still a good match. I give it 2.5. And then we had Archibald Peck versus Ophidian. This was another fun match from Archibald Peck and Ophidian. Both these guys very good workers this year. Good pacing to it, nice storytelling of like Archibald Peck kind of playing the face here in this match. Maybe just because of how much of a big heel Ophidian is, and like I think Archibald was very sympathetic because this was during the whole time when him and Veronica was basically trying to ditch him and like leave him, and he's trying to impress her, and I think fans were feeling sympathetic toward Peck. And I like how he got like a cocky near the end, and that's actually what cost him the match. So I like that. I like the good storytelling there. 3.25. Then we had Delirious come out and do a promo, basically just setting up the feud between him and UltraMantis Black, talking about how UltraMantis Black cost him 2 years of his life because of the Ayatir, and how he's gonna reveal UltraMantis Black to be a fake, and he's just basically gonna torture UltraMantis Black for the next 2 years. And so I like that. It was pretty good. Then we had Gran Akuma versus Chuck Taylor. This was the first of the Gran Akuma trials for him to get his contract back, and it was pretty good. Both the guys were very well together, and I think it goes back to them being a tag team for so long and like really knowing how each other works. So, this is actually kind of Akuma's first real match back, and he looked very good in the ring. Nice pacing to it, good storytelling of Icarus trying to screw him during the match, like he was down at ringside as the announcer or whatever, and he got involved a little bit. But really good stuff. I really enjoyed this match. I give it 3.25. And then we had Sara Del Rey versus Saturyne. This is mainly just Sara dominating the entire match. Saturyne got some offense in, but it was just mainly made her look tough and like show how competitive she is, and she can hang out with, she can hold her own. I'll give it 2.25. Pretty good, but nothing special. Then we had Colt Cabana versus UltraMantis Black. This was a very, very funny match. This is probably one of the funniest Chikara matches I've seen in a while. Just the whole match was basically just them, joking around, having fun. Like there's one part where this kid is yelling at Colt Cabana to beat him up, and just keeps yelling at Colt Cabana to get UltraMantis Black, and Colt just goes, "Okay, I will," and like yells at the kid in the audience. That was pretty funny. I like that a lot. Last 5 minutes actually got some serious wrestling taking place though, and that was kind of cool. And so the finish was nice. So that really helped it a little bit, And I give it 3 stars though. Very entertaining. And we had the colony of Soldran and Fire Ant and Jigsaw and Quackenbush taking on the Batiri, Donst, and Jakob Hammermeier. This was an awesome tag team action match. This is really, really great back and forth stuff. double team and the team double team moves and the teamwork aspect of the match was really great and really top notch from both guys. All the 8 guys really worked well together. A lot of fun to watch. I especially liked Fire Ant climbing up like a pole that was at ringside and diving into everyone. That was really cool. And the finish was really neat. Very reminiscent of kind of the BDK thing, only not as big. Basically, this is when the Keto debuted, and it was revealed that the guy who attacked or that caused the interference at last night's show was not Green Ant, but it's when wearing his mask. So this really started up a big storyline. So this makes this match or this whole show really important to watch if you guys want to keep up on what's going on in the current Chikara storylines. So, really good match though. I give it 3.5. Probably the best match of the night. Then we had your main event, which was the Grand Championship match between Eddie Kingston and Vin Gerard. If Vin Gerard lost here, he would be gone from Chikara, and this is also Eddie Kingston's very first title defense. This was I like the brawl aspect at the beginning. Really sold this whole personal feud they've been going on for almost. I think it started in the summer during the 12 Large Summit tournament, and really escalated as it went along, like in October, November, I think. It really got, October, I think it was. It really got serious between the two of them. Nice storytelling in the match of Vin Gerard working Eddie Kingston's leg, going back to him basically causing the damage to Eddie Kingston's leg in the 12 Large Summit, so that was really nice. Good, solid match. Ending was kind of sudden to me. It didn't feel like a big deal. Although, he took Vin Gerard did take 2 back fists, so I did like that, and Eddie Kingston yelling, "Get on my promotion," was pretty funny. But I felt that, like, they didn't make it a bigger deal, like, that Vin Gerard was leaving, so, just my opinion. But still a good match. I give it 3.25. Probably the second best match of the night, behind the the 8-man tag team match. Oh no, I'll give this show a 7. This is definitely one you want to check out, especially if you want, because this has a lot to do with some of the current storylines, a lot about like the Archibald Peck storyline and Veronica storyline, the Gran Akuma one, the Gekido storyline. So a lot of storylines really escalated here, and this is really when Chikara started picking things up. But that's it for now. Take care, guys. Bye.